Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristin, and today I'm sharing some yard sale and thrifted DIY makeovers. This first one, I grabbed this $2 lantern from a garage sale, and it was broken, so I just added some hot glue and held down to it for just a few seconds until everything was dry. It was a little dirty. I did have to clean it up, but I was kind of excited that when I did turn it on, it worked. So I figured I'd have to put batteries in it. I didn't even test it out at the yard sale, but I was pretty excited that it worked. So anyways, going on, I'm going to go ahead and paint this black. I just think that black sometimes just matches my decor a little bit better, especially around Christmas time. I kind of love all of the like a vintage farmhouse theme, so I thought black would just look a little bit better than white, and it would also cover up some of those cracks at the top of the lantern. A ton of small greenery pieces, pine cones, berries, all the fun little things in these larger Ziploc bags. So I just went ahead and grabbed a bunch of different pieces and just added them around the candle. Next one, I love the Goodwill As Is store, which I don't even think it is called that in my area, but it is great because the price tag is not the actual price of the item. So I grabbed this larger map, and it's really cool on the other side. I just had to clean this just a little bit. I went ahead and used a Couture silkscreen stencil. This is usually when I use my Couture the most, is from Thrifted DIYs and Thrifted Decor, because I know everything is kind of made to last just a little bit longer than using lower priced items. But I do love using it on some Dollar Tree wood. But honestly, thrift videos, I use a lot of Couture. I love this Nutcracker one. I thought this was so cute. I grabbed this one this year. Maybe last year. I want to say they still have this. I'm going to link Couture down below. I actually have not been on their website in a little while. I need to get on there. They are having some awesome like Black Friday pre-sales. I think every day up until Black Friday and probably up until Christmas. They are having just tons and tons of sales, so I'll link it down below for you. I am just using the bright white chalk paste. Now, I didn't cut these. Obviously, you can see the lines where you can cut these stencils if you choose. I cut a lot of mine. You don't have to use, obviously, all of these Nutcrackers, but this fit pretty well. I did have to cut off just a little bit of the arms, but overall, it turned out good. I did end up using, or you can see that I kind of put the chalk paste over this line, and I just took a little wet paper towel and cleaned it off. No big deal. And then I just thought this turned out so good. I love the detail of these. They are just so high-end looking. Went into my Ziploc baggie of greenery. I'm going to go ahead and use my staple gun. I always forget that I have a staple gun and can use it for things like this instead of hot glue. A staple gun is definitely worth having. I just always forget about it. A couple of the staples didn't go in the way I wanted to, so I just hammered them down. I also had this bow, and I think I got this from Dollar General quite a few years ago, and I just added it right to the center. Is this Gather house. I want to say I picked this up for $2.29, not that $5.50 or $5.29. Anyways, I thought this would be kind of easy to get out. I thought I could puncture a hole in it and just like push it through. This was a little bit thicker than I thought, so I did have to end up cutting it versus just tearing it all apart. There was some pieces, I'm not even sure what this is made out of. It is just some really thick plastic. So some of it worked, a lot of it I did end up having to cut. Once that was done, I just used some scrapbook paper and I just kind of scored it with some scissors. I was pretty impressed by the way that this actually cut. Not that I was shocked, but at the same time, I'm glad that I didn't have to use any other tool for this. I had so much scrapbook paper I've had for years on end. Echo Park had some really cute stuff. I think it's a little pricey, but I used to get it from one of our YouTube girls, Liz Moore. She does a lot of TikTok stuff now with books. If you love reading, she's over there. But I used to get a lot of my Echo Park stuff from her website. And I'm just trying to use up what I have. I love this one. It was kind of rustic, kind of farmhouse, kind of the theme I was going in this video. I just used a bunch of hot glue to add it to the back of the sign. Once the scrapbook paper was stuck down, I just went ahead and added some embellishments. I had this wreath I thought was kind of cute, so I just went ahead and added it to the center. I didn't want anything crazy because I did really like the scrapbook paper. I honestly thought about just leaving it with just scrapbook paper because I thought it was so cute as is. I decided to add a couple of these mini pine trees. These are from Dollar Tree. The larger one did not work. I was really hoping, I don't know why I thought it would work. There was no way that was going to fit. But I just added about 3 of these pine trees, and that is it for this one. Like I said, I can't stop using Couture when I have a bunch of thrifted items in front of me. I'm using this Santa. This is a newer one. I think it's pretty vintage. I think it's really cute. I love it. I just love, like I said, I love just how everything turns out in the end. It's just so detailed. I'm just rubbing this down. I'm going to go ahead and use that bright white chalk paste. Obviously, there's a ton of different colors and options and choices, and you can always do multiple colors on these transfers. I just prefer using white all the time or black all the time because I always think that I can just add different colors around it and just kind of make it look a little bit, I'd say a little bit basic, but I think that these are just classic and timeless, and I think that I will have these for years on end. So I'm pulling it back. I love this. The sign also came from Couture as well. Their surfaces are amazing. And then this is actually my thrifted piece, is this easel. I picked it up for 25 cents, regular $15 from Hobby Lobby. And I just kind of put this sign right on there, and I love it. I love finding great deals at yard sales. I'm using this house. This was from Goodwill, and I think I paid $1.29 for this. I actually grabbed 2 of them. They had 2. And I'm going to go ahead and paint it black. It did need a few coats, and then once that was dry, I went ahead and added this snowman. This is another Couture, and also I love buying them on Amazon too. So if you guys don't like some of the prices of Couture, like I said, wait for sales, but they do have some really great ones on Amazon as well. I haven't looked there in a while, but I have purchased from there. This snowman I have used multiple times. I think this is the second time I've used it this year. Of course, using that bright white chalk paste. And then I just embellished one of the corners. I want to just go ahead and add some greenery to this, maybe some berries, a pine cone, just whatever I thought would just make it a little bit colorful. But like I said, I was really trying to keep that farmhouse look. But you guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Short and sweet, just the way I like them. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, I would love you to stick around and subscribe. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.